Welcome back, friends, to Female Revolution. I am Sue, joined by my lovely friend,
Jen.
Here
Here we are.
we are.
Awkward start. Woohoo!
Nothing else. You can always
here.
expect an awkward start.
At least we're consistent. There's that.
So, exactly. So, we are going to talk somewhat briefly, somewhat quickly right now about how are we doing with social media?
The state of
right
social
now?
media affair.
Yeah.
I think we need to find a cute, kitschy name, but right now I got nothing but what I'm going to say. So we're coming in.
How's that working out for you?
Exactly. Social media, cultural, there is a vibe these days. So we thought, I really like talking about the climate of things because I think that that's very important. I think it just kind of keeps us in the swing. What I'm going to say is this. Here's how I'm passionate about this coming in hot. And it's funny because Sue and I will be having very similar experiences.
Yeah.
And then like WhatsApp voice memo. And I'm like, oh my God, that's hilarious. We're going through the same fucking thing. It's always so true. Like,
yes.
It's so weird. So anyway, how this kind of came to pass that we're going to talk about this experience, and I have some stuff I'm going to look at because this is such a soapbox. I will swear to God to you all, I will try to dial it in today, because this is such a passionate piece of my juice in general. But I had another friend of mine who was talking about how burnt out she is on social media. And what happened was, and I'm going to be real. So I'm going to just give you my experience of it. This is not the God's gospel truth when I say this, it's just my experience. So on Inauguration Day, I swear to the Lord, the whole world fucking came unhinged. I'm not kidding. Yeah. I do not even know what happened, but when I tell you the negativity, and I'm going to say this, and this will be unpopular, and I'm sure somebody listening will probably be like, oh, are you talking about me? Sorry if I am, and I'm not doing it to be pointedly an asshole. But I'm going to say even people that I really follow that we carry the same political leaning, which does not matter for this point, if I'm being honest right now in this moment.
Yeah, this is not about politics. It really isn't about politics
but
at all.
I don't want to fucking hear about it. Even the people I agree with, I don't want to hear about it.
That's the point.
To me, oh my God, the intensity with which shit is getting strewn around in social media and the changes to social media, like even Facebook is different. It's different. So there's just stuff that's kind of going on, and I want to be willing to lean in and talk about this, even though it's deeply uncomfortable. So couple of things. One is that's the changeover in presidency. I get it. Things are changing. We all get wigged out, but the amount of fear-mongering, the amount of, and listen, I'm not saying, not even just about the presidency, by the way, I'm saying other stuff.
No, exactly.
You see, a meteor's coming, the earth is going to burn a fiery death. When I tell you the shit that crosses I'm like, dear Lord, you would think for sure I was doomsday prepper by the shit that comes across my stuff. But I'm just telling you, between that inauguration, people feel so unhinged right now to the point to which I literally loathe getting on social media, literally altogether. No joke. Now, mind you, I have been in my business for probably 10 years in some capacity, lives, hosting, business, Okay. I've been in it a long fucking time. So I've seen the transitions, my Lanta. So I'm going to share a story from my friend, and I'm going to share one of mine that I had my own experience. Because I think these are kind of some of the, things that are going on. So, because it just fascinates me. It's like a social experiment. Here we go. So one of my friends is an artist, and she sells her art online. So she had this piece of art that was, so she teaches these classes. So one is she often gets people that are like, you want me to pay shipping for this? She's like, I'm minimally charging you for the piece of art I probably spent 3 hours creating. So I feel like you can pay for shipping. Yeah. It's lots of that. But the most recent one, she had a class. She's teaching this class. And she was helping her husband advertise for this class. It actually wasn't hers, even though she does art classes and she's phenomenal. But her husband was going to do a class on Something not art. I won't even list what it was.
Okay.
Really cool concept. Older gentleman, just knows his shit. Super fun. She was like, you know what? You should teach on this. And people were asking him. She goes in, but anyway, this one dude, this one guy in her social media was like, wait a minute, how come you're able to do that? How come you're using that room for that event? Do they know you're doing business out of that? He starts contacting the place she lives to inquire about her holding a class there, which, by the way, in case you're wondering, he doesn't live there. She's friends with the woman who does the rentals at her property.
Okay.
So, like, her friend totally knows everything.
Right.
But this guy is taken amongst himself to get super insinuated in her stuff and was like sending these kind of like snotty snide. And she was like, I'm just so fucking over it. Why does this guy even care about what we're doing? I'm like, I don't know. And so we were dialoguing and I was kind of giving her some feedback. I'm like, maybe you could approach it like that. Cause I'm just like, that is so weird. It's like nothing to do with him. Nothing. Zero. He's not doing a class. He's not taking a class. He's not friends with, like, what the fuck?
He's not competition.
Get a hobby, sir.
Right.
This is oh my God. I could talk about this a live long because it literally fascinates me. So that's one. But literally the people that will ask her for free shit all the time. Yeah. The people that have asked me, I was hosting an event that was a paid event, and this couple comes into my DMs. They're like, we have all these things, and we're just going through a really hard time. And if you could just, no. Now, listen, it can never be a yes if you don't ask the question. So I'm also a big fan of asking questions. So don't hear me wrong when I say this. Also, I work for a fucking living. The money I make pays my bills and allows me to continue doing my work. It isn't like a luxury. I'm not a gazillionaire. So whatever I charged this event at is legitimate. And so to me, there is something so interesting in social media, the negativity. So there's this churning, but also a weird thing where I've experienced people who are so unkind and ungenerous in like a really attacky energy that I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Yeah. Like, I have seen in other people's dialogues that they even try talking about political things. Sweet Jesus, good luck. When I tell you the level of rude, like, it blows my mind. I don't understand. I don't understand that energy in a place that for me, I use it literally almost, I'm not going to lie, almost exclusively for my business. I'm going to be real. Mm-hmm. Okay. Because it's a great way to connect people at a broad spectrum. Do I love the juice of it all the time? Fuck to the no.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. So this is my take. I have another great story I want to share, but I want to like lean into like letting you talk about your experience as well so that we get that, like, let's get all the cards on the table and then we'll circle through. But this shit just blows my mind. Like, we need to be better. I'm sorry. And we need to be better, people. This is batshit. What has been your recent experience on social media and grossness? Like, you and I both connected. We were like, what the hell? F Facebook, F all this shit. What is happening? Yeah. Talk to me about your experience too, because I'd love to hear it from your mouth. Like, where have you been? What have you seen and experienced?
I think subconsciously, because this all came into my vernacular and into my consciousness around Inauguration Day as well. Don't give two shits.
Nope.
One way or the other. I don't care. I don't care if you're over here, you're over here, you're in the middle. I do not care. Okay? Okay. What I subconsciously think I did, or what I think I did subconsciously, I should say, is I expected that once everything switched over, everything would go back to normal on social media.
Agreed. I was like, oh, praise the Lord. Let's just, and honestly, wasn't even paying attention at all to it. If I could be real, I was like, no. And then I was like, oh, fuck, to the no. It was worse. It was worse.
So much worse. And I think, because my breaking point was a couple weeks ago now. I'm pretty sure it was a couple weeks ago. I had been home that week sick. Mm-hmm. I had off the day of inauguration because it was MLK Jr. Day.
Yes.
And beautiful things that were thrown out there as a result of that as well. So that was nice to be able to focus on.
Yes.
And again, I don't care. I have friends who don't agree with me. I don't agree with whatever. We're still friends. It is what it is.
Yes.
Cool. So I'm thinking, okay, this is great because everybody who shows up on my feed, they're either all going to be like-minded, or if they're not, that's fine. I know what to expect. I'm good, because to me, politics does not make or break a friendship. Until now. Until now.
Like, well, maybe I changed my mind.
Seen it. Well, and it's not even that. Like, my thing is, even when I finally, like, because I think what happened when I was home, I was probably on more.
Yeah. Yes, because you're sick and like
because I'm sick and I'm doing
scrolling. Agreed, totally.
And I get bored, and that's just kind of like my natural thing is to go and then I have my Ziggy is internet famous. He has his Instagram, which is then linked up to my Facebook page. So it's always fun to hit, he does his posts, and then it's always fun because they're always, I don't put anything on my Facebook page that is political.
I literally love reading your posts, actually.
Thank you. Because I'm not trying to bury my head in the sand, because I know that right now there's an absolute nuclear shitstorm going on outside in the real world. I am not unaware of that. But the thing is, posting about it on Facebook doesn't do shit. I mean, can we just talk about that for a second? What the fuck? What are you bitching about? Shut the fuck up. Okay?
I can't wait for this podcast to be done, because this is so fiery.
I just don't care anymore. Okay? I don't care. So can we just stop? Can we just go back to kittens?
I know. Can we talk travel, children,
and Charlie Barron's? Exactly. And seriously.
Let's please, the Sound of Music.
Can we? Just for a hot minute, just for fun.
Oh my God.
So like I said, my posts probably come off as like utopian Pollyanna, too positive bullshit. What kind of shit is she on? Yeah. I don't care.
I don't either.
Because I am just trying to live my fucking life.
And here's the thing.
Maybe it's been made more complicated because of what's going on in the White House. I don't know. Time will tell. But in the meantime, I'm not going to sit here and doom worry about it, because I have a job to go to. I have a dog to tend to. I have friends to spend time with. I have things to do.
Exactly. To me, I'm not saying that we live in a Pollyanna world. I sort of do. I'm not going to lie. Somewhere in my brain, I think I do a little bit. But I'm going to say this, that to me, it's turned into this horrendous environment where there's so much dis-ease with each other. We can't even be cordial. We don't have conversation. It's attacking.
And we can't even be cordial with the people that we're normally cordial with anymore.
That's what I'm saying. Even some of that. I mean, I've been so disappointed by some of the shit I've seen in this last political period, like across the board. This is not me saying a party. I'm not going to do that. I don't believe in that. I'm just saying, so disgusting. And what really bums me out is there isn't any actual dialogue. It's literally arguing points at one another and thinking you're somehow going to arrive at a different solution. And I'm with you. What I think is this, oh my God, I can't believe the administration and all of this. Blah, 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 blah,
right.
Like the whole. Blah, blah. And then there's all these people like, I'm going to make sure you're informed. Blah, blah, blah. This is me. Scroll.
Right.
Because listen, I love you, but also I don't know that I trust that your source is actually fucking credible.
Right.
Let's be honest. It's news. How credible is actual any news if we're being fully transparent? Not fucking very. So if I already don't trust the government, which I don't, by the way, and I don't trust what's being said about any of the players, okay? So to me, it's all a bunch of made up bullshit, and then we're just tossing it back and forth like a horrible ping pong game.
Yeah,
okay? This is your shittiness. No, this is your shittiness. No, this is your shit. Oh my God. And then arguing about things that everybody is probably not informed on. And so we're just stirring everything up. Okay.
Right.
What we're doing when we're doing that is we're actually elevating the fear and the anxiety and the stress. And I am not saying for 1 minute our job is to stick our head in the sand.
Correct.
I don't believe that either. I do think there are actionable things we can do, but I do tend to agree with you. Like, listen, if you think that just going on Facebook and making a horrendously angry, ragey post about whatever you believe about politics, I don't care what side you're on, is actually going to change it, I don't believe that.
No.
Having a voice is important, absolutely.
Yes.
Having a voice by how you vote. If you want to go to Capitol Hill and, advocate on behalf of your cause, fuck to the yes.
Yeah.
You're never going to hear me say that's bad.
Of course not.
I just think that doing it in a social environment and being so hot, we are so hot right now, all of us. Like even Sue and I's reaction to it, you can feel our reaction to it. It's hot.
Well, and that's when I reached out to you, however long ago that was, 2 weeks ago now, I guess, to bring this up. I did it because I'm like, I know I'm not alone.
You're not.
And I know with the line of work, Jen, that you do, I'm like, okay, what is happening? What is actually happening?
Yeah.
And so basically what I was, and this was my own personal observation, was, why am I having this visceral reaction every time I get on Facebook?
Exactly.
I can feel every cell of my body amp up for a fight. And it's not even my fight.
No,
I'm not there to fight. I want to see how my friend's dog is doing because he had surgery last week.
Exactly. Right. You have a loved one that's I have loved ones that live part and part year. Like I want to see my aunts and uncles safely out in Arizona and what they're doing. I love that.
Right.
Like I love that. I love my old friends and staying in touch. I love seeing about their kids and like their kids in college or whatever's going on. Like I fucking love that. It's to me. Now I'm going to say this is total opinion and not factual whatsoever. For me, social media was about staying connected to your people.
Correct.
For me, it is not a political platform. Has it become yep.
Yeah.
Because we don't know how to do it any other way in our country and our culture. We make every single thing. It's got to be a fucking competition. It's got to come down to he or she or so-and-so is right or wrong or, oh my God.
And everybody will bring it in. I could literally, this is a social experiment. Just do this sometime. I could literally, like, I got groceries last week.
Yeah.
The strawberries were gorgeous. Gorgeous fucking strawberries.
Yeah.
I don't even want to eat them. They're so pretty. I don't even know if they taste good.
I feel
they're gorgeous.
I just want to shellac it and look at it.
They're just, seriously, like, I just want to stare at it because it's so pretty. Okay. I could take a picture of those strawberries. I could put it on social media. Within a couple of hours, somebody's going to be bitching about the goddamn egg prices.
Oh no, absolutely. How much do those cost you? I bet your eggs were $5,000. Like, no joke. I mean, when you talk about the energy, it's crazy. It's literally, to me, it's so batshit. It's so off the rails. It floors me. But I'm gonna circle back to one other piece. This is a story that really bummed me the fuck out. And this is where okay. So today, instead of just social media, revolutionary tolerance.
Okay.
That's what we're gonna title this. Revolutionary tolerance. And what I'd really like to do is actually have a PSA entire workshop on how to be appropriately connecting with people on social media.
I like it.
A fucking law. Okay, that's not going to happen, but I'm just going to say there should be. Okay, so this happened this week, and I dialogued about it because I was so passionate, and I almost never do this. This is how hot I am, and I almost never do this. This lovely photographer out of Eau Claire posted a deal for women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Hey, ladies in the Minneapolis area, I'm offering this incredible deal. I'm going to do an X dollar sitting fee that I've reduced way down. You get 4 or 5 hours. You have a whole day with me. It's just you. You get hair and makeup. This whole beautiful dialogue. Her little ad, so sweet. Pictures are beautiful. And I don't even know it, maybe because I think I was like, oh, I might want to. I love boudoir photos. I think they're so, by the way. But also I was like, oh, I could do some like professional ones coming up here again too. Maybe I would hire her, right? So I'm looking kind of like, okay, photographer, blah, blah, blah. Oh my God, I made the mistake of reading the comments under this poor woman's fucking post.
Never read the comments.
My God. First of all, there's a lesson. Don't read comments. I'm just going to put that shit underneath just in general.
Yep.
Do yourself a solid. Don't read the comments. You'll want to die. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a woman's dialogue with her. I'm literally, and I know this is, and I'm not going to call the woman's name out. I'm just going to, you don't know who the photographer is. I'm going to say it because it really bums me out. Okay. So this woman comes back at her and says, Where's the $99 save at that you mentioned in your post? She comes back. She is so professional. When I tell you this photographer, how she navigated all of these, because I was like livid by the time I'm done. She says, if you go reread the fine print up there, you save $200 on your session fee. The session fee is originally $300 and it is $99 for this special. This special also includes a free movie add-on that is typically $999 at full price. The final savings is around $1,200. I know it is a ton of information to read and it can get mixed up easy when talking it all out for the first time, so you aren't alone in your questions. She's being so nice. I'm like,
yeah,
I was already like, okay. If you ever want to schedule a phone date to get more information, I'm here for you. So professional. Woman says,
so sweet.
How about being upfront about your pricing instead of being a clickbait? Why can't I book a session for $99? Then she says, oh my God, still staying so professional. All the information is listed within the link, and there's tons of places where it's listed and requires confirmation that you know pricing before you book. The session itself is $99. That includes being my only client the entire day, pro hair and makeup for free, personalized snack board and drink selection that I shop for and put together myself, the 4 hours we spend together, and the same day viewing appointment. I have a gorgeous exclusive studio in Eau Claire, meaning I'm the only photographer who shoots there. You also get $99 back as a credit towards your collection. It is also clearly stated that images are sold separately. As much as I completely understand the desire for a $99 session, with the cost of providing a luxury experience and owning a small business while making a decent living makes that impossible to me personally. I have been shooting exclusively boudoir for the last 7 years, and I have been voted the top 3 best portrait photographers in Eau Claire. In the volume of 1 poll 3 of those years, hoping this year will be 4. I encourage you to check my reviews on Google or Facebook or Instagram highlights and see that I'm a real person who lives in your community. I'm super passionate about uplifting women and giving them an unforgettable experience that makes them feel incredible. I apologize for any confusion in this post. I try my hardest to make it as clear as possible. When I tell you, first of all, her level of professionalism is mind-blowing, because I would have told this woman to go fuck herself. Okay? I write back because I'm like, oh no, this is where I get pissed. Are you doing this to another woman business owner?
Right.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Do you have any intentions of hiring her? That's what I'd like to know. Is this even a service you need? Exactly. Otherwise, you should just move on.
But you expect her to give it to you or what, free?
Right.
$100 for a session like this? Do you know how much effort and time and energy it takes? Yeah. I was like, are you kidding? So I went in, this is what I said. I normally do not do this. This is hot. When I'm hot, bitch, I'm telling you what. So this is what I said. I love that you are offering this beautiful deal, and I'm so very sorry to read the above comments and that feel judgmental about your offer. As a business owner, we need to know our worth and respect ourselves and our work. Your fees are straightforward, and it is an incredible deal. Thank you for offering such an awesome experience to women. I reach out to see you. Thank you for bringing this opportunity to women. We need more collaboration, love, and support. Supporting other women business owners is one of my favorite things. She says, this is incredibly kind of you to take the time to say. It really means a lot to me to have your support and feel the love, girl. I definitely understand there's a lot to read and it can cause confusion, so I'm always glad to help clarify, but it really is the greatest gift to be able to provide an awesome, affirming, and uplifting service to women in my community and beyond. Grateful for every day and to do this thing. You are amazing, and I appreciate you so much. And I just said, it is mutual, hun. We have similar passion for empowering women, and that is so badass. Keep doing your brilliant work. I cannot even tell you how pissed I was. So hot reading other people attacking this woman who is offering a deal, and like so underhanded and shitty to be to somebody. And I was like, we feel so free in social media, whatever the fuck we want. Ask for shit for free, diminish someone else's work.
Be an asshole.
What the hell is actually wrong with us? Like, I'm not kidding. It pisses me off so bad. And I try not to dive into the podcast and bring this shit because I get it. This is not the kind of energy I normally bring. But I am a social worker in my fucking heart. And honestly, how we treat each other is so important to me.
Yeah.
And the amount of disrespect and lacking kindness and tolerance and compassion is so ridiculous to me. Like I literally don't even have like I could not believe people were talking to her like they were in her actual feed. I was flabbergasted. And so to me, I don't have an answer, friends. I just know I'm disturbed. Like I feel like we need to be disturbed by that's how fiery I don't do this shit. I was so hot that she was being so disrespected. I'm like, oh no, I'm coming in. This is me on my white horse. I'm coming in. I'm gonna back you up. I will be your backup singer and fuck up whoever's getting in your face. What the hell? I'm sorry. And I know this is so fiery. Like I get it. Like this is so, I'm not normally so bitchy, but like when I tell you, if you will just come for another person who's just offering an offer, and be so disrespectful, like you don't have any idea how much energy, time, and whatever this commitment takes that she's doing.
Right.
And so to me, like we can be better. Like what is this about that we feel comfortable in social media, like zinging people, being super rude? Like, is this who you are in person with everybody you meet? Like, I'm curious. Like, I literally would love to poll people. Is this how you are?
I believe that is what is happening. I really believe that it was bottlenecked in social media, but because it got more comfortable, it got more normal on social media. Now people are definitely feeling more comfortable moving it to face and looking you in the eye and talking to you like that. I've seen it. I know it happens. And I don't even know, the horses are out of the barn. I don't even know what to do anymore.
I think I know. Like, and I get it. Listen, we got on this, you guys, when I tell you we got on this podcast, and normally I'll have like a few points I'm going to make. I don't make an agenda. I don't like that. It's very like, if this shows up, this is a good point I could bring forward. Right? That's kind of my part of my way I worked with it. I didn't. I was like, you know what? I don't have an answer. If I'm being fully transparent to you right now, and typically I like to show up in our podcast and have like, here's an actual, I mean, we're going to have some action items. We'll talk through a couple of things, but I'm going to tell you, we're going to keep this concise because partly Sue and I did not want to have like such an episode of negative us bitching. Like that's not our normal thing.
Right. Because it's just feeding into the machine that we're trying to fix right now.
And we need to recognize what's happening culturally.
Yeah.
I mean, this is really a thing that like the number of people that were coming to me that were like, I literally don't think I can be on social media anymore. People that were fleeing. And then it's so great because here's the thing, friends. This is going to piss somebody off. I know I'm going to fucking know. That's right. I'm on a roll today, so who cares now? But I'm going to tell you something. So people are all doing the sky blue, the blue sky, what's it called?
Yeah, blue sky.
Okay. There was all this mass exodus. I'm done here. I'm going over here. I'm done here. I'm going. And listen, and then shortly after, and I could have said this, and I'm not trying to sound like an asshole when I say this, guess what? That's also going to get fucking corrupted. And sure as shit, people are like, oh, I'm over here and now the same shit. Well, duh.
Yep. It is. It's all the same. You open it up and everything that shows up in your feed, every story, it is all the same bullshit. It just has a different banner.
Exactly.
A different like border to it. Like it's all the same shit.
Friends, no offense. If you haven't figured it out by now, this has become a machine where we use it to gather information on us. We use it to now speak our truth with zero filters or respect whatsoever. It has become a political platform. And if you think that any social media platform is not going to turn into that, you are mistaken. I'm sorry. Here I am preaching the truth at you. Wherever you go, this shit will follow. So here's my answer. Okay. Of all the actionable items, this is as far as I can say. The one thing we have control over is what we do with it.
Right.
So for me, I can either fearmonger, think the world is ending tomorrow, because there's a lot of people on social media that would like us to believe that. And not just social media, news and other sources that want us to think that for sure the apocalypse is coming tomorrow. Okay.
Yep.
So I can lean into that and I can be scared already because already as a woman, I don't already carry enough of that shit kind of going around in my system. So let's add some more.
Right.
And then I'm going to have some insulting dialogue with people I don't know, and maybe I don't even have a connection to. Okay. And by the way, sir, who's worried about my friend's class, get a fucking hobby. Why are you worried about anybody else's shit except for your own? It's become a platform where I'm worried about what everybody else is doing in the fishbowl. And I feel free to comment on it and to have dialogue and to judge it. But really, it's none of my fucking business, actually. So, but because someone puts it on public, then we go, oh, now it's my business.
Right.
We think that's how social media works, right? I have seen the most innocent, lovely, beautiful humans that I know get attacked in their dialogues that I am literally flabbergasted. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
It is so off the rails. So what can you do? Be a lovely fucking human.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
I mean, I think that's where I've fallen now too, because now what I'm doing is Ziggy's going on and posting,
which I love.
I have one group that was started by a girlfriend of mine who I think I invited you to it. I don't know if you joined it or not.
Yes, but I did.
It is okay. It is just all about positivity, and it's not prancing through the rainbows as a unicorn, but it's, hey, here's joy. I want to share this joy with you. Even if it's just a really cute meme and a, hey, good morning, little word of wisdom, just be yourself, makes it, you know what I mean? And that's kind of what Ziggy does too. Like with I started that a couple of years ago when I started taking him on regular walks and I wanted to document it. I also started it. I get some flack from my family, but I don't care. I don't have anything to do with them anyway. They're just like, oh, it's so weird that all you do is just post dog pictures. I am fifth in succession of Ziggy moms. And so because he has families that have come before us, I would like them to see him. I just want them to see him, to know he's well, to know he's loved, to know he's well, and to just let them know, thank you for entrusting me and my friend before me with him, because he's an amazing soul and it takes a village. And so that's kind of where that started. But also, I just wanted to throw out some positivity. There was one time a couple years ago that I posted something. I don't remember. It was something about traffic, or I don't know. It was just a back in my day sort of post, you know, it was a little bitchier. And I ended it with, you know, if anybody needs me, I'll be sitting on my front porch telling the kids to get off my lawn, sort of thing.
Right.
I hardly ever hear from anybody when I post Ziggy posts. When Ziggy posts, it's just, I get likes, I get winks, I get, you know, whatever. This post invoked people to comment and join along. And it was such an eye opener for me. I've posted something and spoken in the negative about something that was just a one-off. I'm not really pissed off about the traffic in Eau Claire. I'm not really pissed off about the growth in Eau Claire. There's nothing I can do about it.
Right, exactly.
But people jumped on and they're like, yeah, rabble, 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 and bitch, bitch, bitch. And I'm like, hold on. So you guys say nothing when I post a picture of Ziggy midair flying over a pipe that we have outside.
Exactly.
And it's a really fucking cool pic.
Yeah.
But you're willing to get down in the mud and bitch about something.
Of course.
That is what was so telling to me.
It's so sad.
It's so sad.
It's so sad. It's to me. And so what I really want you all to be thinking about, because I know we came in and we were like, we weren't super clear where we wanted to just recognize the climate. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I said, be a nice person. I mean that. Also, listen, Facebook is not a trusted news source, friends.
No, thank you.
Social media is not a trusted news source.
For the love of God, please stop.
Right. So to me, what I'm saying to those people that are so politically aroused, like you're so in it, friends, it is not your best spot to dive into really understanding what is happening politically anyway.
Right.
So what happens, okay, so I want to say that because I want to one time just be like, by the way, everybody, this is the state of it. Also, this is energy.
Yes.
This is one of my things that I talk about so much with my clients. This is one of my biggest passions is energy. So what I want you to think about is look at how hot Sue and I are today talking about this. Look at how hot the underpinnings of these kind of conversations is sprinkled in social media, right? And how sad is it that if you post something negative, people lean in rather than the lovely like motivation, inspiration, possibility, fun, little cute, like zigs, like jumping over pipe, like what, like these things don't garner much, but the minute that we open our mouths and we have anything to say that sounds like it might be sort of derogatory, all of a sudden we've got 90 BFFs that want to like jump and glom in.
Yep.
Friends, energy is magnetic. What you ingest in your daily diet, including what you read and hear, including social media, is either feeding you something nutritious and nutrient dense, or it's feeding you fucking garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So I want you to think about that. What feeling do I have when I go in social media? What am I walking away with and how am I feeling? How do you feel? Here's my questions for you. How do you feel when you go on social media? How do you feel when you get off of social media?
Mm-hmm.
How is it elevating your life? How is social media elevating and amplifying your life? And then if you go, ooh, shit, this is really not that great. Cool. What are you going to do about it?
Now what?
So for us to be different, it looks like setting limits, which we will not talk about because I think I'm going to do a workshop on this because to be real, this is how hot it is for me, like, and my friends. And I was like, I need to make something for people because like,
I love that. Yeah.
We need to heal this. Okay.
Right.
But I really want you to be thinking about these questions. What is my experience? And honestly, when I say this, revolutionary tolerance, what I mean is, oh my God, just be fucking nice. If you see something you don't agree with, just keep on keeping on.
Yeah.
Why do you have to say anything at all?
You know, and that's another thing too. We can throw something out there that in our minds is so innocuous and so irrelevant, but it will strike a chord with somebody that you don't want to tangle with. That happened to me last night. And I did not intend for this. But now looking back, I should have known something like this would happen. But there was something posted. I made a comment. It was not what this person took it as. I can see where they would have taken it as.
Yes.
But then they started attacking me. I don't know this person. I commented on my friend's page.
So it wasn't your friend that got upset. It was someone else in the comments that got right. So this is where, right. So what I'm saying is Sue goes in, makes a comment.
Right.
Innocuous between her and a friend. Some other rando comes in, gets involved in it. Correct.
And is now involved and is now attacking me and the other people that were coming in and agreeing with me.
Yeah.
Because for the most part, like my friend and I are like-minded.
Yeah.
Right. And so it wasn't even, it didn't even cross my mind that there could be somebody who would see that as a direct, I didn't say anything about anybody that we know.
Right.
I said something about somebody that we don't know.
Yes.
And it wasn't even derogatory, but it was taken that way. Exactly. And then it was, oh, I hope that someday when you get old, you this, I'm like, hold on. I didn't even speak to what it is that you took from that. So what I did at that point, because it just kept going because other people were getting in the mud. And I'm like, the fuck? I pulled the pin on a grenade and I didn't even know I did that.
Yeah.
And so I reached out to my friend whose page this was on and I apologized. And I said, I have a response already. I know what I want to say. I said, but it will not resolve anything. Nothing will resolve. I can say, I apologize. That's how it came across. It's not how I meant it here. It doesn't matter. I'm going to waste my time. I will be wasting my time if 1,000%. I do that. And so my friend reached back to me and said, you know, I get it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. This morning the post had been taken down. And so I feel bad about that in the sense that I should have just gone in and taken mine out. But then there was still dialogue that pertained to my comment.
Right.
That is now, it just went off the rails. And it went off the rails. And I didn't say anything honest, to be honest with you. What they thought that I said was actually the exact opposite of what I meant. What I said was actually something compassionate about another person.
Right.
And that is where my line was drawn, was with that other person. And yet they're coming at me because it was a personal attack. And it's just like, Jesus, you guys,
It's seriously, I made a comment on Super Bowl. The Super Bowl artists. One year it was a bunch of rappers and like it was so good. I thought it was fucking amazing. I was like, I was stoked, but it's my era. It was all music from like my era. I was like fucking here for it.
Was it when the Red Hot Chili Peppers came on?
I don't remember. It was, I mean, it was like a bunch of artists. It was a cool year. They had because it was like whole big set changes and rappers and like I just can't remember. It felt like 90s kind of style, some rappers, like, but like so much fucking fun, right? Like think like Salt and Pepper and shit like that, right? Okay. Right. And I just that was the best halftime Super Bowl show. So fun. Literally people in it. Oh, I hated it. Oh, I thought it was so inappropriate. Oh my God, I can't believe you even. I literally unfollowed people from the fucking post because I was like, oh my God, I can't even give something positive I thought was cute. All I'm saying, so fun.
On your page.
On my page.
On your page.
Holy shit. I was like, are you joking? The amount of negativity. I was like, y'all need hobbies. I'm sorry. Like literally, if we're this invested in what everybody else is doing and how they're feeling about shit, you need a fucking hobby. I'm not kidding. Post haste, go get yourself a set of paints, go get a motherfucking book. I don't care what it is.
Something.
Gross. Like we cannot be showing up like this with one another. It's so gross to me.
Yeah.
So I am just so sincere when I say like, I get the intention of where this vessel started and what we meant for social media to be and what it has turned into are not the same animal at all, which happens. I get it. And let's be responsible stewards then of this thing.
Yes.
Does that make sense? Like, let's just not be like, well, it's not my problem. Well, it's not like, I'm not saying I'm going to fix Facebook or Instagram or anything else. What I'm saying is I can say I can be in charge of me. And when I show up on social media, I can say positive things or I can ask for prayers if I'm needing them or but I'm going to stay out of these weird arguments, the unnecessary meanness. I don't need to comment on someone's shit if it doesn't apply to me at all. Why am I commenting?
Exactly.
It's kind of human skills 101 going underneath the table. They're disappearing, which is a whole nother dialogue we will not have today. It blows me away.
Yep.
Friends, just be nice to each other.
Yep.
Like really, like I don't get it. If you don't have something that's helpful to say, don't dialogue. And don't dialogue with people that have differing opinions of you. The running dialogues in there, the comments.
Yep.
What the fuck? You're doing it because you such a waste behind a screen.
Yeah.
That is not okay. And what I fear is it's becoming this traumatic experience to kind of go in and be like, that's why I think we're all so burnt out is it's like now it's honestly small t trauma to like go in. And I feel like, you know what it feels like? No, this is what it feels like, guys. I just got it. This is my visual. I'm going to age myself and I don't give a fuck. Frogger. That's what
oh my God.
Evasive, like, shit. Oh God, I don't want to read that. Oh shit, don't comment on that. Oh my God, did you see that? I narrowly escaped the log that was disappearing because that person is attacking everyone in their feed. Like, are you kidding? Fucking A, when did it become a contact sport to be on social media? Like, are you joking?
Yeah.
Oh, right?
Well, and that's just it too. That's what I thought too. When I thought, well, I could certainly correct this ship by saying, okay, listen, this is what I meant by it. And I'm sorry that you said that way, right? I could have done that. It doesn't matter anymore.
It doesn't.
If somebody is looking for a fight, they're going to find one and they're going to keep it going for as long as they can. Absolutely. This is not debate class. I don't need to defend myself. I'm willing to do it.
Exactly.
But I don't need to do it for a grade. And so therefore I'm out. But then you kind of feel like a little shit because here you've thrown this grenade in the middle of a party.
Grenade, right?
And now you're just going to walk away just swinging the pin on your finger. All right. Like, see you, bitches. I'm out of here. You know, thanks for coming. I got the buffalo chicken dip. You know, I mean, it's like, so you get to a point where you're like, I just can't say anything.
Yeah,
I just can't. And then Something occurred to me a couple of weeks ago. You know the movie The Matrix, right?
Oh, I love that movie. Oh, that movie's real. But anyway, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Okay, listen. This is where I'm going, because we know that TikTok got shut down for like a minute and a half. Okay.
Oh, the crisis of it. Yeah.
Gee, seriously. Okay, so that happened. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I posted, and this is probably the most political post that I've ever posted. I think it was like at the end of that week where I was sick. So I was probably all hopped up on cold medicine. But I posted, hey, what if social media is the Matrix? And what if we all unplugged? Now, my cousin in Colorado is actually my cousin's son. He and I are closer in age than my cousin and I are. But he posted, well, they already tried that and it didn't work. And I'm like, no. Bitch, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about us. I'm talking about you and me. You and I haven't talked for 30 years. How about we pick up a phone and have a conversation? If you look at the overview, I have in front of me now, it's Wikipedia, but this is what I remember of The Matrix, where it says a cyberpunk movie. It depicts a dystopian future in which humanity is unknowingly trapped inside the Matrix, a simulated reality created by intelligent machines. Believing computer hacker Neo, Keanu Reeves, to be the one prophesized to defeat the machines, Morpheus, Lawrence Fishburne, I'm just saying. I know, I just objectified a man. I know, I heard it. Morpheus recruits him into a rebellion against the machines. Bitches, I want to be Morpheus.
Same.
And I think we can all be Neo.
Yeah.
What happens? What happens if we unplug? I am not even kidding.
Yeah.
What happens if for one day, not as an act of rebellion, not as an act of political stance, as an act of a decent human being who wants to stay connected to other decent human beings in a real way, in a 3, 4, 5-dimensional way. Mm-hmm. What happens if we unfucking plug?
Yeah, no, it's huge. I think that's so real. Actually, when you say it to me, it's like, I get it. And I will use social media for my business, and I will use social media as my platform, because if I can reach a woman and help her,
it is amazing for that.
It is amazing for that. And I'm going to tell you what, there have been massive created relationships that I've had that are literally online only.
Yep.
So I have met some incredible friendships. When I tell you literally some circles and collectives that I've been in, so fucking good. So social media in and of itself is not innately nasty. It's what we decide we're going to do with it that creates that angst. All I'm saying is there is a different way to responsibly use social media in a way that is tolerant of all beings. You don't have to agree with everybody. You don't have to like everybody. You actually don't even have to comment on it. Because that actually doesn't matter. Not to be a dick.
Really doesn't.
Our opinions when it comes to that shit doesn't matter. What I think of someone else's post does not matter, actually, at the end of the day. Right? If it's your post and whatever, it doesn't matter. Right. I'm just asking us to think differently about these environments and to be conscientious about how you're harnessing and utilizing your energy. Because when you are in this kind of environment and you are ingesting this negativity and the bullshit and the arguing and the comments and the nasty, to me, you're only hurting yourself. Mm-hmm. It is literally the biggest form of self-sabotage is to go in and read and engage in all that negativity. What are you actually changing?
Right.
I'm not being trying to be mean.
It's tempting.
It's tempting. Oh, I have been so tempted. There have been moments where I'm not kidding. If I see somebody attacking a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Oh, it is I'm not kidding. It's very hard for me.
It's a visceral reaction.
Oh, it's totally visceral. I would stab a bitch. Yeah. I'm serious. I can't stand that kind of shit. And also I know it won't help. I'm with you. It's there's just a moment where I'm
yeah.
I have to let this person do this themselves because it's their dialogue.
Yeah, that's funny you say that because I have a friend who's dealing right now with an aging parent and everybody has their opinions about what should be done. And she is the one who is, she is in charge.
Yep.
But then of course, everybody just like an asshole,
everybody's got an
opinion. Has their opinion, right?
I'll tell you how to take care of that.
And so I don't know whether this was healthy or not, but I saw somebody made a comment that it was not productive. It was inappropriate. It was hurtful. And so all I did was I took a screenshot and I sent it to my friend and I said,
I've done this.
I said, I don't know who this is, but fuck her. You're amazing. You're doing great. So don't let her get in your head.
I've totally done the same thing. The same friend I'm thinking of did the same damn thing for her. I was like, I almost went to bat for you. I'm so sorry.
Yep. Because what I want to say to her is not going to rock the universe in any way, shape, or form. But what I want you to know is that that's not real.
Agreed. That's exactly why I do it.
What you're doing is amazing.
I love you. I know your soul. Yes, exactly. Yeah. I have done that for people was this photographer. I normally don't randomly. I swear. Yeah. I do have hobbies. This was a day I was probably a little low. Just saying. But I wanted her to know I saw her and valued her.
Yeah.
I see your business. Yeah. I value what you're doing. You're not overcharging people. Don't listen to this whole dialogue. You don't have to do shit for free for people. That's not a fucking rule. You're doing good shit. You're helping elevate women. No, that to me. And I think, to be real with you, my gracefulness, my midlife message of like, oh, stay nice, be nice, be nice. Now I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. You can listen to me actually have a minute. I'm going to fucking defend her.
Did this person react to you?
So the photographer, very grateful.
Yes,
I did not call
out the nasty Nasterson.
I did not call out a specific woman, and God knows if she ever even went back and read anything else. I don't care, because for me, it was what I did wasn't a response solely to the bitchiness of that comment.
Correct.
My response was to protect the fucking photographer.
Correct.
Who is a business owner, small business owner who needed to know she was fucking okay.
Right.
And I was like, no.
And we see you.
And we see you. And that to me, I'm not going to even dialogue with the woman that had, because that is, you do you, boo. You get to sleep.
What I've noticed, I have noticed though, and I don't know if you've noticed this or not, maybe you will now moving forward if you haven't yet. When someone else, a third party, jumps in like this, I have seen the original instigator back off. It's almost as if,
bullies.
Oh, there's someone else in here?
Yeah.
Oh, someone else can see this? Oh, I have to be accountable to strangers now?
Exactly.
Oh, I guess I better peace out. I better bail.
Exactly. No, for real.
I've seen that a lot.
Yeah. No,
it's not, they won't back off against the original poster. So like my friend who's taking care of her mom, say this person said what she said, and my friend didn't comment on it. She didn't say anything back. But if she had, then it would be a volley. She wants to stay mired in this.
Right.
But if I were to have gone on and said, Cora, I don't want to say your name. If I had gone on and said to my friend, you're doing great. Your mom is so well taken care of. We got you. This person would have disappeared. She's not going to come after me. She doesn't want to attack me. She wants to attack my friend.
Well, again, like you said, it's like, I feel like you're trying to engage someone. And if you and to me, that was what I was trying to do for this woman. So one of the actions that we can take, and again, friends, I'm not setting up, you got fucking shit to do. We have lives. I've got a kid. I'm like, I don't have time for this dumbass stuff. Right. But I will say this to you. If you're bumping into a dialogue and you're like, come on, I do think that just going in and saying to someone like Sue and I have done, like where you're either like, you know what? I see you. I value you. You kick ass. Keep helping other women. That is me saying to a woman, I see you.
Yeah.
Ignore this. And I don't even have to use the word ignore this. I did it through my power and my energy.
Right. Exactly.
Elevating her and saying, you're kick ass. Yep. I love that you do this. I actually might come see you sometime. Keep up the good fucking work.
Yep.
I don't care what anybody else has to say. It's not about that. And I think if we go in and we're just lovingly saying to somebody, I see you, I hear you, I validate you, love that. Or send them a text and say, you took a picture and I sent it to my friend and I was like, honey, I almost said something and I just knew I would make your life harder. So I kept my mouth shut. I just want you to know I was so frustrated and pissed on your behalf. And I wanted to defend you. And she was like, thank you so much for your sweet message. Like, I'm so grateful. And you didn't need to do that, but I so appreciate you wanting to go to bat for me. So like, to me, these are the ways that behind the scenes, and again, should we be required? No. If none of us is on social media, we don't have to do any of this shit. Okay.
Right.
That's number one. If we're going to be in it, responsibly show up as a nice person, please.
Yes.
Please try on some tolerance. Please, right? Like, be self-aware enough that whatever you're sharing, what's the energy of it?
Yeah.
Is it building anybody up?
Right.
To me, it's like, let's use this in a way that is actually positive and helpful and healthy. And we are not. That is
and
not.
Some of that behavior, think too, if you want to get in the mud, is that building you up? That's not building the other person up. That's not empowering anybody.
No. And that's just, it's just not. So listen, do I think, and we're going to close because Sue's got stuff to do. I've got stuff to do. We got to close, but I do want to just end with this idea. I don't think innately social media is bad. I think that when things go unchecked long enough, they'll unravel. And when we don't have anything in place to kind of keep it tucked in, this is accountability. I'm not going to lie. This is why mentorships and therapists and people exist, coaches, because we need fucking accountability. So it's like an unchecked group of children in a gym with a bunch of balls. That sounded bad. But you know what I'm saying? Can you imagine a bunch of toddlers? You know,
I'm here for it.
That sounded awkward. But like, if you had 20 toddlers with those little like 4 square balls, right? Chucking them at each other, right? Pretty soon we're going to have fucking chaos, okay? That's kind of what it's turned into. It isn't that it's innately bad. It is that I don't think people are innately bad. I want to be very clear. I am disappointed and I'm sad about the climate that we're in right now. Yes. Do I think that means people are innately bad? Not at all. I think people are innately unchecked. I think people are wounded without being healed. I think people are out there and they feel free to vomit out this massive amount of poison because they've never been healed.
Yeah.
This is like a bunch of fucking children on a playground with no teacher keeping an eye on the crew. And so to me, the way that we responsibly, lovingly show up is by modeling how to do it.
Yeah.
So when Sue goes in and does her posts on Ziggy and we can go in, I love them. I eat them up because they are not negative and they're not political and and I love Sue and I love Ziggy. So to me, it's like, this brings me joy. I love when people talk about their kids and their travel. Right. I love to hear about your growth and your transformation and, you know, how your dad is doing. Like, to me, I love that stuff.
Yeah.
And so to me, it is the kind of the gnarliness of humanity comes to the surface because it's unchecked. And it doesn't even mean that people that are doing it are asshats and assholes and bitches or bad people.
Right.
But we are unchecked.
Yeah.
And if we have not done our own work to heal ourselves, friends, we are showing up like a bunch of fucking toddlers crammed inside a gym with zero supervision. That's what we look like. Okay. So I'm inviting in a different experience of social media and how you lean into this and how you responsibly hold space for other people to be a harbor of like light and safety. I want people to know they can come to me anytime if they need support and love and light. Like that's my whole jam. That's what Sue is trying to impart through Ziggy's posts. So to me, can we show up responsible? Can we consider the energy of what I'm putting out in the world? What is this post doing for the world? Will everyone in the world see it? No. Maybe 20 people see it. But when I think like that, when I think, how will this land? What will this do? That's a game changer. Because if I look and go, well, I've had a post almost ready to go, no.
Yeah, no.
Because I'm not, because I'll catch myself. Oh no, girl. You're magnetically getting drawn into the garbage.
Yeah.
This is not who you are. This is not the kind of post you're going to be proud of tomorrow. So no.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the things that I think we can do for each other. And I think it's really just about a holding space differently
Mm-hmm.
and recognizing the innateness of when things are unchecked. And I don't mean I want governmental influence babysitting it. That's not what I'm saying. But if we don't have decorum of some kind, like an ethics, like this is how I show up to this,
Mm-hmm.
right? This is how I use this energy in this space and this tool. This is where the dirtiness starts seeping in. It's where the darkness starts coming in. It's where the shit storm starts happening. So I just want to invite some thought. I want to invite some tolerance, some compassion, some kindness. When someone's being a douche, can you go on there and imagine them as a 4-year-old toddler that's acting like they're having a tantrum? Because that's kind of what they're fucking doing. It's about the age range they're in.
Yeah.
What's the point of talking to a 4-year-old who's having a tantrum?
No.
If you've ever been a parent, I'm going to tell you exactly 0 motherfucking percent. So I know because I had one. So why would we do that? So
Right.
it's this kind of thinking, I guess, I just want us to be doing so that we can be better.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have to be a dirty, gross, dirty, dark kind of thing, but it's getting there. And
Yeah.
it's getting there to the point to where so many of my friends and loved ones are like, I don't even fucking want to go on there anymore. I'm like, me neither.
Mm-hmm.
Get you. What is this? What is all the ads? What's all the garbage? Oh, someone's listening to me because all of a sudden I'm seeing weird fucking ads for something I had one rando dialogue about. Huh. How'd that happen?
Yeah. It's funny because I actually got a text message from my brother a week ago. I guess it was a week ago, pertaining to something very specific. And it was a text message.
Right.
Okay. This was not a Facebook DM.
Yeah.
And I logged into Facebook on a completely different device and something popped up that was very in relation to that.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's another thing too to keep in mind, not to make anybody paranoid.
I know.
Really. But I also work in marketing as well. I know how it works. They are targeting you. Of
course they are. Of course they are.
If you're paranoid about that, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean it's not true.
That's exactly right.
That is happening. Yep. So because of that energy you're putting out, someone is also trying to make money off of you.
Absolutely. You are unknowingly gifting parts of your soul away. I hate to tell you this.
You're letting someone live in your head rent free and you don't even know who they are.
And they are happy to give you ads and market to you till the cows come home. And if you don't think that every form of social media is not documenting all of your shit, they know exactly how to reach you.
Yep.
Exactly. I would hope that would give everyone pause. I'm just saying. And it does me too. I'm not oblivious to this nature of what this beast is.
Right.
But just be thinking about that, right? It's what am I putting out there and what do I want people to know? Because we do get a right to privacy, friends. We do get a right to like, what do I want to share and dialogue about and share of myself? And what is just mine? What's private? Mm-hmm. You know, I go to a lot of things, and even though I have social media presence, when I get there, I don't want, like, my best friends, I know my best friend, it's so funny. It's like my phone dies. My family's like, oh my God, are you alive? And I'm like, yes. But I just want to be with my fucking people. When I'm at a retreat, when I'm at it with my best friends, like, I want to be with Sue and Jeffrey when Sue and Jeffrey are here. We maybe take a couple pictures to try to, like, remember just because we want to remember the moment. Yes.
Right.
But I will tell you, my phone goes away. I don't want to be living here. This is not living. Friends, this is not fucking living. Look at this. Look at this cool.
Yeah.
That's living is that fucker put away and everything that's happening that's magic when no one's documenting it.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
So listen, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying, can we be different? That's all.
Yeah.
Right? Because I just think we can, and I think we can be better for each other, and I think we can be better to create an energy that's actually more useful for everyone by being kind to each other. It's tolerance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You gotta have it. Listen, this is my thing, friends. Is life not hard enough?
Right?
No, I'm not shitting you right now. I'm as we close this conversation, I want you to really think about this. Is your life not challenging enough on most days? I have a dad who's in a hospice. Mm-hmm. I've already lost my mother. I have a kid about to graduate from college. She's trying to figure out her fucking life. Mm-hmm. I have bigger shit on my plate. I've got loved ones that got stuff.
Yeah.
This is not the primary thing.
Yep.
Okay. And so I really want you to think about that. If your life is already challenging enough because innately we're human, we've got stuff, is this how you'd want to spend your time and energy?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
precious. Your time and your energy are fucking precious resources.
Yep.
Where are you spending that?
Mm-hmm.
And how are you spending that? That's
Mm-hmm.
it. That's all I got. I thank you, Sue, for humoring me because we were at the end of our day. We were like, "Do we do it?" And I was like, "It's just, but it's in our souls, and
It's
it's
so ingrained right now.
right. It's like it just felt like, even though it was a pain in the ass because like we're tired, we've been doing this for hours. Like I know it's like, oh, we were talking so hard. We love each other and we love the time. We always grow from these experiences. I feel like I do, but I'm just saying, this was so hot right now that I'm like, all this is in our souls. Let's get it out. This is my exorcism. No shit. This is my clearing the air so that I can be different with social media because I'm done doing it the way it's been done. I'm done.
Yep.
So if you're done, hang tight. Watch for my workshop. It may have already be done by the time you listen. Hopefully,
by the time you hear this,
I'm like keeping my fingers crossed. I'm like, where can we time this? But I want to do a workshop to support you all in managing your burnout because it's a real fucking thing.
Yeah.
So, but thank you for joining us and spending this time. And listen, I know this was not like the super funny, like we try to bring in as much humor and laughter and like joy and levity as we can. This is just one of those minutes. It's like, that's why we're like, let's keep it as tucked in as we can. So it's not like a 5-part series of like shit, but I do want to recognize this. It feels like sticking your head in the sand. And to me, what's revolutionary in this is being a fucking kind person.
Yeah.
I'm being honest. Be tolerant. Be nice to each other. Act like you're talking to someone in the same room. Try to maybe not just like, oh, well, it's behind a screen, so no big deal.
Even if, and I know this is tough, you disagree with them.
I know, right? Oh, guess what? You don't even have to say something if you don't. I know this is weird. You actually don't have to tell someone if you disagree.
Just mind blown. Yeah.
Go on about your biz.
Yeah.
Lesson release. So, but thank you guys for joining us. I know this was a little gnarly. It's a little hardy. It's a little like toothsome, if you will. But I don't want, in this revolutionary podcast, I wanted Sue and I to be really fucking outspoken. Like I wanted us to not like, oh, make it nice and make it fluffy and make it, no, we're going to call a spade a spade. We're going to say it like it is. And we want to bring the things that we're experiencing right into the room. So I hope that in some way, shape, or form, you are taking something away. I know we like rip social media to shreds, but like I do hope you took something away. But I do want you to at least think about it differently and have a different avenue of engaging with it, the relationship you have with it. So at least hopefully someone is thinking, if nothing else, right? That's the goal. So anyway, thank you so much for being here, everyone. We're so grateful for you. We're so grateful for the listening and for any sharing you're willing to do or subscribing and coming and hanging out with us. We literally do appreciate you so much. I cannot emphasize the amount of times, and listen, this is like going to sound braggy and that's not how I mean it. The amount of times that someone will come back to us in our DMs and be like, thank you so much for what you're doing is the reason we still show up. I'm not kidding. Like it does mean everything that there's someone says, I'm hearing your voice in the ether and thank you for being here. And then we're like, we're going to keep going. Like I'm not, it literally does like gird us. I know it sounds funny, but like it literally does.
Yes.
We are so grateful for that wisdom that it's touching someone's life. We're not just doing this to like we actually want it to change the world in some way, even if it's small. So just thank you for being here with us because we really do respect and honor your time and want to elevate the entire world in some way. And so when you listen, you're joining in that kind of energy. And that's really beautiful to us. And we're so grateful for it. So despite the fact this was a gnarly kind of podcast, we don't normally kind of do this kind, but this was where we were. And this was so authentic and real and organic. And to me, that was the whole point of what Sue and I wanted to do was come in here. And this time in this podcast, we're bringing the fire. We're like, we're not doing that small shit. We're not doing the masky, like nice little, no. We want it to be who we really are, how we really are, and what we really perceive the world to be. So thank you for joining us and being here and dealing in this kind of energy that I know is not as uplifting as it normally is. But I do know that I think it's so important to really recognize the dynamic of our climate. And to also remember, we are in charge of how it goes. we can change the outcome and it can be really beautiful. And I think that's really like my bottom line. While this was a hefty conversation, if I didn't believe it was not something we could change, we wouldn't be talking about it.
Right.
Right. So that's the hopefulness in it. I want you to see the hope in the dark. The light in the dark is that we can be in charge of how we engage with this. We can be better for one another. We can limit our exposure to this if it's harming us. We get to do that for ourselves. Right. So I hope that you'll get to be the master, the captain of your ship when it comes to this social media stuff and how you're engaging with it. That's all. Right. Sue, any other thoughts? That's it. That's all I've got. But
no, that's all I've got. Okay. Thank you for indulging me. And also, if you heard about us through social media, thanks. I just had to throw that out there.
Here we are.
Strong people. It's not lost on us.
This might be an interesting one to advertise on social media, but we're doing it anyway. So we might get cut off. God knows. It might get taken down. I don't fucking care. How's that? Try that on for size. That's a revolutionary attitude. So blessing, love, and light to all of you guys. We're so glad you're here. Thanks for sharing space with us. And we will definitely see you next time. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.